I met Billy Lowe in 1963 as a paper boy. I used to sell paper before I go to school in the morning. So we developed a friendship, a nice friendship. Then in 1967, the Progressive Liberal Party won. Billy had I was renting from Dr. S. Farkas on Market Street. And being a pharmacy was a very, very wonderful human being. We got closer and closer. So around the late 60s, Carlton Francis, who had written a book called True New Providence, decided that he was going to do an update of his book. And he began sending me to various family islands to take pictures and to write caption about the photographs to which I was taking. I recall him sending me to calling Billy up, Mr. Lowe, and asking him to look after me in the island of Abaco and to take me around. Without any hesitation, we got in touch with each other. I went to a place called Cherokee Sound, a place called Manawar Key, and Billy made sure that I was taken care of very well. Over the years, I found him to be one of the finest human beings. During the same period, racism was to a very high level in the Abacos, but yet Billy made me feel as though I was home in my own house. That's the type of person I found Billy to be. Words cannot really express what I now feel for that man. For the last few years ago, we got together, and he was telling me about his work in the church and what needed to be done. We chatted for a while, and I think that was the last time I had anything to say to Billy. I feel very sad of his passing, and I wish his condolences to all his family.
I met Mr. Lowe when he was 50 years old. He hired me to put JBR and its affiliated companies on computer as a young 17-year-old. The minute that I got hired, I realized that I was in the presence of someone that was driven, focused. He had a vision in life, and he spent the last 33 and a half years pouring his life into mine, giving me perspective, giving me balance, taught me to be honest, to be forthright with people, to work hard. Everything that he applied himself in life to, he did well. He was an avid sportsman. He was Bombers rugby team captain. He was Bombers soccer team captain. He played tennis. He sailed. He was successful in business. He also, on a day-to-day basis, shared his faith, which made the biggest difference in his life. So during the years, I spent a lot of time working hard. He always used to tell me, slow down. This was from somebody who was 83 and working 6 days a week. But he always said, if you're not growing as a company, you're dying. If you don't have a vision, you're dying. And he instilled in his staff that vision and that goal. He always had time for his staff. His door was always open. He said that if you had closed-door meetings during the day and your customers couldn't get to you, you failed as a business person. All of his staff knew him. He helped them. He bent over backwards. He went to bat for them. He went to the bank for them. Some of you may not know his dad was an alcoholic and he never finished high school. He had to drop out of high school and start to work. And he always said, don't let the circumstances of your life hold you back. Move on. Don't live in the past. I was very fortunate. As a young person, I had dreamed to go away to college, but my parents didn't have the money. But I ended up in a place that was much better than any college that you could ever go to. I spent 33 years with a man that schooled me, I say, at the University of Billy Lowe, Wolf Road campus. And I couldn't have gone anywhere in life and got a better perspective. He was humble, fair. You always knew where he stood. There was never any surprises. He would tell you what's on his mind. And he was a person of relationships. his partners, his business friends, they were not just somebody that you wrote a check to. All of us respected each other. I started working with him on a handshake. He promised to take care of me, to take care of the staff that worked for him. None of us have any contracts. None of us have anything. He was a person that lived by his word. He would do without himself personally to make sure that his staff was taken care of. Most of our staff have been working with us for a very long time. We have some people that have been there 50 years, 41, 52 years. The average mean age of our staff is probably in 20, 25 years plus. And all of them know him. All of them talked to him about their struggles. They talked to him about their marriages. They talked to him about their children. Just a humble person at heart. I guess one of the outstanding memories in my life would be when he stood up for one of our staff members that the bank tried to take the house from them. And he told the bank they had an hour to fix it or he was moving his money. And this was just a regular employee, nobody special. But he felt as though because he was poor and he never finished school, he wasn't going to allow anybody to take advantage of his staff. And I think the story I tell is probably mirrored by all of his staff members at Lowe's, all of his staff members at JBR, plus Tops and Standard Hardware and Abaco. Every one of them knew him personally. He would buy them breakfast, sit and talk with them. And I think the Bahamas is going to miss someone like him, so a person of integrity, a person that believes strongly in the Bahamas. When the recession happened in 2007, he made a promise to us as staff that he would not lay anybody off or cut anybody's pay. To date, that's not happened. If he had to do without, that would not happen. He's gone into various business ventures since then, and his goal is to provide employment for us as Bahamians. He was a strong, strong patriot. He believed in the Bahamas. He believed in taking care of his staff and giving them a future.
This is Jones & Company. It's a special program as we pay tribute to the life and times of Mr. William Billy Lowe. You heard in previous segments of this program, Mr. Godfrey Eneas, Sir Franklin Wilson, Mr. Franklin Ferguson, Mr. Charles Albury, the manager of JBR and Tops Hardware. And coming up after this break, we would hear from Mr. Edward Williams, who has been a longtime friend and business associate of Mr. William Billy Lowe. We'll take this break and come right back.